Guys, this is my alternator that was causing me all the problem. Check it out. This was what was wrong with it. Look, like it barely wants to spin. Like if I twist it really fast, look at this. It's just kind of standing there, see? So it's barely spinning. So I guess it was providing some charge, but it's the pulley that's the problem. If this was just a pulley, I would just replace the pulley. But check this out, guys. You always unexpectedly have these problems. Look at this here. You see? The 8mm portion is broken off over here. This is where the other portion goes. I believe it's a ground cable. It's broken off, and I'm actually the one that actually broke it off. Not by accident, on purpose. Because here's the location of this bolt. See? It basically, so here's the rotation of this bolt right here. It goes inside. But basically it got loose, and there's nothing I could do about it. So when I was rotating this bolt, it just going on and on and on and on and on. So what actually happened, guys, it started twisting this wire, and as you can see, it broke it off. It didn't take long for this to twist off. I had a socket over, so I couldn't tell the bolt was twisting. And then I realized it was twisting. It was still attached. And then when I broke it off, I started removing it, and this just fell off, you know. It was just, yeah. So this is what happens, guys. So guys, I've done this lots of times, maybe 10 times. You know, my years of driving, I don't do this that often. But guys, expect unexpected. It's either a stuck bolt, it's either strip bolts, something's like this gonna happen, it's gonna break off, you know, whatever. It's just a lot of different stuff. I basically try not to tighten my bolts that tight for the alternator. I tighten them tight enough, but not really. Some advice. This alternator right now is holding down by 2 bolts. Let me give you some advice for some of you guys that never done this before, and you're trying to find an easy solution for trying to actually attach your alternator or remove your alternator. It is a job basically that you have to do mostly underneath, but basically this is the front of the vehicle here. We walk up. I recommend remove the air hose that's going from here, you know, kind of like around over here. So remove that, and then remove this thing. This is my turbo resonator. It attaches to the turbo like so. This metal piece kind of hangs off, and then the alternator portion attaches to it, and then you'll have access to these bolts. As you could see, there's no bolt right here in this hole yet, okay, but that's where one of the bolts goes. The bolt is E12. Here's E12 type of sockets. I think we could get it now. Yeah, it's a E12 gear wrench. This is what it kind of looks inside. This is the type you want to use, not to strip your bolts. But basically it's a 10mm bolt, guys. So here's the trick. Whenever you want to remove this bolt from down here, you're gonna really be stumped, because you're gonna think, you know, man, nothing fits down here, okay? But the smaller wrench will. This very tiny one with a small head on it. It is the smallest one you get. You could actually fit it back there, and this is just small enough so that you could actually remove that one bolt. For everything else, you could actually use this. This will fit fine down here, so you could twist that bolt off. Okay. So let me show you what you do when here we have the alternator, guys, that I just installed over here. The very first thing you're gonna need to do, you want to install this bolt right here. When you first put your alternator in, install this outer bolt, and then install that top bolt that I just showed you guys. Because for the very next step, you're gonna need to use this little piece, and you're gonna go ahead and attach it here, and you're gonna attach it to the other portion. If you do this incorrectly, then you're gonna have to do the job over. I didn't mess up on this job, but I know this because, you know, I've done this many times. You put on a wrong piece, and then, you know, then you have to like take something off just so you could actually reattach it, and you know, you want to probably twist as less bolts as possible. As you can see, guys, this is the portion that broke off. I already fixed it. I already crimped it here, and it's just gonna go right here where the 10mm thing is. And I don't want to really get my hands dirty. I've been using gloves the whole time, guys. But I decided to make this video for you because obviously this is a very dirty job. As you can see, a lot of stuff is very dirty. Look, I just removed my gloves and already my hands are extremely dirty. So do expect yourself getting really dirty on this thing. But I didn't want to really show you guys a video from outside. I mean, it was just me working. Unless you really want to just see me working, it would really not teach you anything. It would just kind of like, you might see how long it's going to take me to do the job. So I'd rather explain the proper ways of installing it. And another thing, guys, it's a very cramped space in here. Okay, so when installing this alternator, it is heavy, and I work out kind of. I carry dumbbells, so I consider that working out. It's a 40-pounder, but this is heavy even for me to pick up. So when laying down, it is difficult. So you have to kind of like try to twist it forward, and twist it in there, and put it in. It is hard to explain it, guys, but it's real difficult. This one, this time I actually installed it fairly easily. Last time when I was installing it, guys, I was struggling with it because everything is in the way. All these things in the way. And another thing, guys, before installing this alternator, of course it's so painful. Okay, do make sure to put that little bolt in that I was showing you guys, that you use a little wrench in. Insert that little bolt in there somehow. Get it tight enough. For some reason, I don't know whether they know how the job is, for installing this alternator. For some reason, inside of one of these holes, only at that particular hole, we have to put the bolt in. There was some kind of Loctite on there or something, unless they left it dirty by accident, but it worked out in my favor. So I was able to put the bolt in there and kind of like twist it so it's not going to be dropping out when you're actually going to be rotating it. So keep that in mind. If your bolt keeps falling out, maybe put something in there, I don't know, like a piece of clay or whatever, to keep it kind of like holding so it's not going to drop out. I don't know, like maybe even a piece of bubble gum or something to keep it from falling. Because once you actually install this alternator here, there's not enough room to actually insert that bolt. So that's going to be a trick. That's the only bolt you need to insert and kind of be ready. Like everything else, you could just go ahead and do it normally. So let me recap. When you first install the alternator, tighten this bolt first. This metal portion's in the way, so it's this little leg right here. And then install the top bolt, the one that you inserted with that little wrench. And then go ahead and start installing this metal piece. And then you could go ahead and put all your electronics and whatnot, and your belt and stuff like that. So that's it for now, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and install everything. Hey guys, I would like to continue the alternator job here. I left you off over here. I was showing you that you need to first tighten that bolt right here before you install that metal piece. So you could see what I'm talking about. I'm not sure if you could see that. And then you install this bolt and the other bolt that's actually holding this bracket. It's got two holes. This is where the turbo resonator attaches to. I'll actually make a video once it's attached. So let's go underneath now. So basically now the alternator is attached. I went ahead and installed the belt. As you can see, everything's good here. By the way, to install the belt, the tensioner thing, it's number 60 Torx. So yeah, this bracket is installed here. As you can see, there's this bracket here, and this is the positive cable. It is attached. The negative cable is attached. It's a 8mm type of socket here for the negative, and it's 13 for the positive. It's kind of like over here. And these of course are 10mm or E12s, just so you know. It's important to use E12s, that way you don't mess nothing up. And then of course we have the bracket type of bolts. They're like E8, I believe. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and put stuff together. So anyways guys, wish you good luck. I hope your spring doesn't break. Please stay safe out there, and thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and God bless you guys. Take care of yourselves. See you in my next video.